You know yourself as no one else possibly can. The I that is you, the self you know as your individual personality, thinks, feels, and wills throughout the events of your life. This is what is known as your ego. It is your individuation distinguishing you from the selves of others and from the objects of your thoughts. Your ego is the conscious accumulator of your experiences in the body you are using, and it believes it is separate and distinct from the others in its reality. In this separation exist apparent independence, safety, and imagined security. As your ego compiles its idea of life through these events, the experiences are added to your soul, your etheric record, and the composite of you is enhanced. Sacred Spaces proposes something quite different and outside of what the world's idea of the ego maintains. Consider this. You are Source, or God, or all that is, however you see the ineffable that underlies all of creation. There is no halfway measure here. By Source is meant that awareness that has always existed with or without created worlds and dimensions. It is the origin of all without having origin itself. This includes your ego personality, since that is the unique expression you perceive as you. Now, isn't that something to think about? Your expression in this body, your ego, is composed of source material. Your ego is sacred. The ego is your personal, individual guidance system, if you align it within its sacred self. When you shift the conscious awareness that is individually expressing through you to its point of origination, the ineffable, you embrace your essence, the quintessence of you as source in a body. How do you align self with the authenticity of your essence? If you are going to be the authentic you, then you must acknowledge your presence within Source, completely. You must allow yourself to acknowledge that you are Source. This includes your ego, the expression of you in this body, which is the sacred space in which you presently dwell. In order to arrive at this awareness, you must first learn to value your emanation as Source far more than your ego's belief in separation. This cognizance is inherent in the very cells of your body, your DNA, your heart. You will begin to realize that making the choice to be what you are, as you are, is the most sacred gift you can bestow upon yourself. Once your focus is anchored in this intention, your beloved personality, the ego, melts gracefully and gratefully into the essence that is the source of your sacred emanation. All separation dissolves. The cosmos is a dynamic sea of energy manifesting itself in a seamless wholeness and made up of energy quanta interconnected through events on many different levels. Within this seamless whole, you exist, perceiving your world through the ego's veil of separation and uniqueness, rather than the realization that you are one of those quanta on another scale, and thus part of that seamless whole. It is in dissolving your ego in the surrender to the inner self that you come to know freedom. This is your ego personality's greatest desire, and one you can gift it easily. The easiest way to access a place within where you can yield to your essence is through the 3 X's: explore, experience, and expand. When you allow your ego to explore all of the nooks and crannies of the mysteries within your life, it has a chance to experience them from all sides. In this exposure, you expand because you are no longer holding on to the limitations, the boundaries you have artificially erected in order to protect your ego. Your ego needs no protection. It desires limitless flight, unbounded freedom. Such independence allows you to go beyond the teachings of your childhood, your schools, your religion, and social structure. It invites you to feel what is being called forth from your heart and soul, to follow that road no matter where it leads. It means that no matter what the fragments look like, they are all part of the whole, and you are invited to pay attention to them. It frees you from daily obsession and creates the space to see the second-to-second play of creation. Sacred spaces are these unlimited expanses in which physical objects are located and all events occur, consecrated to a person or purpose. Within this expansiveness, your ego personality maintains its access to your credibility. It may believe that it is separate from other manifestations of that same source, and yet at a very intrinsic level it knows better. It has access to the wisdom incorporated within your soul record. It is experiencing its sacred individuality in the quintessence that you call you. We invite you to join us in this great adventure summed up as life. Your sacred space is the most intimate experience you will have in your incarnation. It expresses through your heart the voice of your soul. Experience your ego personality's view of life from the highest point possible, from deep within your inner core. The presence of your essence as source in form.